Ever find yourself like wanting to send a payment online for like something small, just $1, but then bam, you get hit with these fees higher than what you're even sending. It's like, what's the point, right?
It's frustrating for sure.
Yeah, or like you hear all this buzz about blockchain, how it's going to revolutionize everything, but then you try to actually use it and it's like, whoa, this is slow and it costs a ton.
Yeah, it's been a big hurdle for a lot of people.
Totally. But that's what we're diving into today, zkSync. It's changing the game for Ethereum and maybe even the whole blockchain world. And honestly, it might just be the answer to those problems we were just talking about.
Exactly. What's so exciting about zkSync is that it's tackling those core limitations that have been holding Ethereum back. You see, for blockchain to really live up to its potential to really be this revolutionary technology, it needs a few things. It needs to be fast, it needs to be affordable, and it needs to handle massive amounts of transactions all at once.
No easy feat.
Not at all. And that's where zkSync swoops in. It's about making Ethereum better, not replacing it altogether.
So it's not like out with the old, in with the new. It's more like giving Ethereum a serious upgrade.
Exactly. Think of it like this. You've got Ethereum, right? That's our base layer. And then built on top, we have zkSync. This is what we call a layer 2 solution.
Okay, layer 2, got it.
And this layer 2 is like a shortcut, or maybe like an express lane. It processes all these transactions off of the main Ethereum network, which frees up space and lets things move much faster.
Okay, so less congestion, more speed. Makes sense. And hopefully cheaper too, right?
You got it. And this is where the tech gets really cool. zkSync uses something called zero-knowledge proofs to pull this off. It's a bit of a mouthful.
Just a tad.
But basically, it lets zkSync verify transactions without needing to know every single detail about them. And those details, traditionally, that's what slows everything down.
Ah, so it's like instead of checking every single item in a giant shipment, zkSync is like, yep, the seal's unbroken, we're good. That's seriously clever. But in terms of speed, like, how much faster are we talking here? Give me some numbers.
Well, zkSync can handle a mind-blowing 100,000 transactions per second. Yeah, compare that to Ethereum right now, which can only do about 30 transactions per second.
Oh, wow, yeah. Okay, that's not just a speed bump, that's like warp speed.
Exactly.
Okay, but speed is great, but what about the cost? Because you mentioned those high transaction fees earlier.
Right. So those crazy fees. With zkSync, they're basically a non-issue. We're talking fractions of a cent in some cases.
Whoa.
Yeah. And, this opens up so many possibilities, especially for those smaller transactions that just weren't doable before. Think micropayments for creators online, or in-game purchases that happen instantly, or even just using blockchain for everyday things like grabbing a coffee. It could make things so much smoother.
This is seriously starting to sound like, that future everyone's always talking about, where we're all using blockchain every day, but it's just seamless. We don't even think about it.
Right. Just like, we don't think about how websites work anymore.
Exactly.
We just use them. And what's really cool is we're already seeing this future start to play out. There are projects right now using zkSync, and it's making a real difference.
Okay, so this isn't just like theoretical anymore. It's actually happening. Tell me more. What kind of projects?
So one example, Curve Finance. They're huge in the world of DeFi, decentralized finance.
Okay, DeFi, yeah, I've heard that.
Basically, it's all about taking those traditional financial services, lending, borrowing, trading, you name it, and putting them on the blockchain.
So, like, cutting out the middleman for everything money related.
Exactly. No more banks, no more institutions calling the shots. And Curve, they specialize in something called stablecoin swaps.
Stablecoins, right. So those are the cryptocurrencies that are like designed to stay in a certain value, right? Like pegged to the US dollar or something.
Exactly. They're designed to be more stable, less volatile than, your typical cryptocurrency.
So less like a roller coaster ride, more like, I don't know, a nice steady walk in the park.
Perfect analogy. And in the DeFi world, they're essential. They bring stability to a world that can be really unpredictable. And Curve, they make these stablecoin swaps happen. And by using zkSync, they can do it with super low fees and amazing speed.
Okay, so instead of just talking about how zkSync could change things, we're seeing it actually make DeFi better right now.
Exactly. And it's not just Curve. Another great example, Yearn Finance. They're all about helping people get the most out of their crypto investments.
Okay, I've heard of them, yeah.
So they use zkSync to power their yield farming strategies. That's where you earn interest on your crypto holdings.
Okay, so like putting your crypto to work for you.
Exactly. And with zkSync, Yearn can offer those services in a way that's more efficient and cheaper for everyone involved.
Got it. So we've got Curve making stablecoin swaps smoother and cheaper, and Yearn making yield farming better, all thanks to zkSync. Pretty impressive. But what about the future? Like, what's coming next for zkSync? Any other big names jumping on board?
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting because we've talked about existing projects, right? But there are some really big names out there who are looking into integrating with zkSync. And we're talking like potential game changers.
Okay, now you've got me on the edge of my seat. Names, please. Who are we talking about? Come on, don't leave me hanging. What are these big names?
All right. I'm talking about heavy hitters like Uniswap. You know, the decentralized exchange where you can trade crypto directly with other people.
Right.
And then there's MakerDAO,
Well,
the platform behind the DAI stablecoin.
okay, yeah, these are like major players in the DeFi space.
Absolutely. Cornerstones of the whole ecosystem. So to think that they might integrate with zkSync, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like zkSync isn't just like an option anymore. It's like this could be the way people use Ethereum in the future.
Right. Imagine like most of your DeFi activity, swapping tokens, lending, borrowing, all happening seamlessly, affordably on this zkSync layer. It could totally change how we see and use Ethereum.
So zkSync is building those superhighways we talked about before, connecting everything on Ethereum and making the whole network faster and smoother.
Exactly. And this is the important part for everyone listening. zkSync isn't just a tech upgrade, it's like a catalyst. It could be what finally brings blockchain to the masses, you know, if Ethereum is more efficient, more accessible.
Yeah, it's like, remember when smartphones were just this like cool gadget and then suddenly, boom, everyone has one and we can't live without them?
Yes, exactly like that. Although, gotta be honest, the world of blockchain, it moves fast, the potential is huge, but there are always challenges. You know, new technologies pop up all the time, competition is fierce,
So a little bit of caution is always a good thing.
always. But even just understanding zkSync, it gives you an edge in this whole crazy world. You can cut through the hype and see the real impact this could have on finance, technology, even just our everyday lives.
It's like getting a sneak peek at the future roadmap of blockchain.
I like that. It expands your thinking, what's possible, right?
Totally. Okay, but before we wrap up our zkSync deep dive, remember earlier you mentioned zkSync wants to be a big deal in crypto. And not just like fixing Ethereum, but even bigger.
Right, I had that.
What does that even mean? Could zkSync like break free from Ethereum, become its own thing completely?
You know, it's a question worth asking because what zkSync does, it addresses these like fundamental blockchain issues.
Right?
Speed, cost, security. That has implications way beyond just one platform.
So this tech, it could be used with other blockchains that are, having the same problem.
Totally. What starts as a solution for one thing could easily become the answer for a whole bunch of things. We see it in tech all the time.
It's like that, that student in class, the one who's just like naturally brilliant, acing every test without even trying. And then you realize they're destined for bigger things, building something totally new.
Love it. That's what makes this whole space so exciting. The lines get blurry. Is it a solution? Is it a platform? It's like constantly evolving.
So for everyone listening, this isn't just about understanding zkSync, it's about understanding a whole shift in how we think about blockchain.
Exactly. And that's a journey worth taking, I'd say.
For sure. So whether you're, deep in the crypto world already or just starting to learn about blockchain, keep an eye on zkSync. It could be the thing that unlocks it all.
Oh.
And as always, keep on diving deep. Until next time.